In the intricate tapestry of time, her journey took an unforeseen twist amidst the symphony of 2011, unraveling a tale of a brush with death and a captivating glimpse into the unknown future. Imagine this, September 3rd, 2011, a gathering, a post-college encounter with fate. The atmosphere hummed with the lively exchange of tales, aspirations as she and her partner, brimming with excitement for what lay ahead, mingled with their peers in a restaurant resonating with echoes of shared experiences. The climax of the evening arrived with a collective urge to immortalize the enchantment they had collectively spun. A group photograph, a moment frozen in time, an endeavor to capture the fleeting essence into timeless nostalgia. However, as the clock chimed midnight, the climax drew near. Fueled by wine, her partner's proposal lingered in the air, hinting at a retreat to a nearby hotel room. Uncertainty loomed, a specter of parental disapproval lurking in the background. Yet the threads of fate wove a different design, and amidst the symphony of uncertainties, she consented. One of their classmates, who often boasted about being the designated driver, offered to give them a ride home. His confidence eased their worries about how much he'd had to drink. They felt a mix of nervousness and hope as they set off on the dark journey, unsure of where they were headed but eager to get there. As they drove along, a car came speeding towards them, causing a horrific crash. The impact was so intense that the car shook violently, and she found herself surrounded by twisted metal and broken glass, in excruciating pain. Her boyfriend was on the other side of the wreckage, and soon they heard the sound of an ambulance, signaling their trip to the hospital. When they arrived, the doctors gave her medication, and she slipped into a coma. In this strange state, she felt like an invisible observer, wandering through the hospital and seeing her parents, her mother crying, and her father trying to comfort her. She tried to reach out to them, to let them know she was okay, but they couldn't seem to sense her presence. She realized she needed to return to her body, where doctors were working hard to save her. Above the operating table, she saw a tunnel spinning slowly. Curious, she entered it, feeling oddly unafraid as she was guided through by a mysterious force. In the darkness, she saw a faint light ahead, glowing with warmth and love. As she got closer, she felt enveloped by that love, and she began to see scenes from her past, moments where she had hurt others or helped them. She understood the importance of empathy and kindness, the power of love to heal and change lives. Just as she thought it was over, she was flooded with disturbing images, leaving her scared and confused. But then a voice reassured her that it wasn't her time yet, and she had to go back to Earth through the tunnel. She returned to her body in the hospital, waking up to find her parents by her side. Her father explained that she was the only survivor of the crash, and she had undergone open-heart surgery to save her life. She spent over 2 months recovering in the hospital. When she got back home, something inside her urged her to write down everything she had seen, like it was some kind of duty she had to fulfill. So she sat down and started jotting down all the details, creating her very own account of what she'd witnessed. She felt this strong need to share her experiences with others, to help them understand what had happened. As she wrote, she painted a vivid picture of how the world economy had crumbled in her mind's eye. It was like a scene from a movie, with countries scrambling to print more money just to stay afloat, which ended up causing all currencies to lose their value worldwide. She described the chaos that followed, with people panicking and the economy spiraling out of control. But that wasn't the only problem. She also saw how virtual currencies had made things even worse. They were becoming more and more popular, which was great for some people, but it wreaked havoc on the traditional monetary system. The stock market crashed, and a lot of folks lost everything they had, sending the world into a recession and stirring up trouble in society. Then came the wars. The economic collapse had sparked conflicts all over the globe, with countries fighting each other and even their own citizens rising up against the rich and powerful. It was like chaos had taken over, with riots breaking out everywhere and social order completely falling apart. People were angry, and the streets were no longer safe. Some were even locked up, stripped of their rights and trapped in cages like animals. At the same time, there were all these refugees, fleeing from the cities they once called home, desperate to find somewhere safe to go. It was heartbreaking to see so many people suffering like that, just trying to survive in a world that seemed to be crumbling around them. She had kept quiet about what she'd seen before, worried that people would think she was crazy or that her words wouldn't be taken seriously. But now she realized that she had to speak up, even if it meant facing criticism. She knew that the future was uncertain, and she couldn't predict exactly what would happen next. But she hoped that by sharing her experiences, she could help others understand, even if it all seemed too unbelievable to be true.